Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from podcast 3 above, the Indiviual 11 and Biotechzilla.
Video game analogy. She wins, follows with the fatality. Eyes locked on the pretty girl at the party. Enter my point. Yo, let's get this party started right. Light up to the school, perfect timing. She smiles at somebody behind me. Mind locks when I go to say the perfect line. She passes me by. Let me try this all again. You gotta be an enemy, like what we always done to Wiley. I'm learning from mistakes I make each time I die.
Alright everyone, it's podcast 3 above, the after E3 show. I'm Biotechzilla, and with me here is the Indiviual 11.
Infamous.
Kudos sucks. Alright. We would still get destroyed off that stage. Alright. Well, anyway, after the E3 program today, this is June 6, 2011. We are talking about the PlayStation blog casting of the E3 program, and also the G4 or GT TV rather. So many G's all over the place. G's up, Ho's down. All right. There's the GT broadcast of the Microsoft press conference. So we're going to talk about what we saw as far as Microsoft first. We're going to talk about PlayStation, and then tomorrow's, which is going to be on the 7th, we're going to kind of combine these recordings together and hit some Nintendo news after the Nintendo press conference where they're going to unveil the new console.
Cafe Feel, whatever that thing is called.
We call it Plumpy.
Right.
Plump.
So to get things kicked off, and I'm talking about kicked off, I want to kick everyone off Microsoft's stage.
For real.
Because them fools don't know what they're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2011 Xbox 360 Global Media Briefing.
God, that thing was a. You ever had a 16-bit drill take a nail and just bore it through your frontal lobe? That's kind of like what the Microsoft press conference was like.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I everyone expected exactly what they got from Microsoft.
True. Yeah.
We know right now that Microsoft is headed towards the more casual experience, and they're a company that's very young in the gaming market. They don't really know who to follow. Of course, they're not going to follow Sony, because Sony has already shown that they've destroyed them in competition. But they just choose now to follow Nintendo. I think it's flattery. I think they see Nintendo's tactics and how it worked with the Wii, and they're just trying to make a profit right now. So they keep pushing this Kinect idea, and the whole show was about Kinect. And every single game on there, even the Star Wars game, is a rail shooter or something that has to do with just rail shooting and arcade experience. There's nothing else that does anything with the controller that we've never seen before. The device itself is just a voice recognizing, I don't know, heat detecting contraption that was made for the sole purpose of the casual experience and the hands-free, I don't want to touch any buttons because I don't know what I'm going to do. I just want to say I want to watch this movie and that's it. And it's going to come on for me type generation, which is, so out of sync with reality, I think.
What? Sorry, I was just remembering the terrible lineup they had. and it just put me in such a daze that I actually phased you out. Wasn't listening to what you were saying. I remember the part was like, God, it's like it got right past after the, I don't care what y'all say, the boring 10-minute demo of Modern Warfare 3. It was absolutely mind-numbing, not in the good way.
Seriously.
And then we got passed through, what was it, Lara Croft, or Tomb Raider, whatever they're calling the thing.
Yeah.
And then they started showing some things about something. And at that point, I was like, God, let's just, someone in the audience, someone just please just like take a urine bomb and just drop it. Throw it right there on the stage in between these two guys and whoosh.
It's great to be back on this stage and talking to Xbox fans around the world. EA Sports games have incredible...
It was like the only excitement of the entire press conference.
Oh my God! He's stained with urine from head to toe.
The real screams come when the smell hits the audience.
Oh. God.
I mean, the thing was terrible.
Yeah, it was horrible. I don't know what was... I mean, I saw like most of the games, if not all of them, are war-oriented. And...
Yeah.
And the war... Look, if y'all see... If y'all were watching the E3 broadcast, across the board... I mean, I'm talking about every single console except Nintendo for this point. I mean, I don't know if Nintendo shows off its new hardware tomorrow.
Nintendo comes out with, like, some sort of, like, Nintendo comes out with Command and Conquer.
Seriously.
That would be, oh, God.
Super Mario, War of the World. It's like,
for real.
Super Mario at war. That's the only place he hasn't been, Normandy.
We need to go to the beachhead.
Seriously. But, it's like, it's serious. It's a serious problem with Microsoft that right now, and not only just Microsoft, but Sony has it as well.
Ubisoft and
EA, Ubisoft press conference were just full of war games.
War games.
And they showed that
Ghost Recon,
that Battlefield.
What was it? Modern Warfare 3.
Don't
there was something else too.
Yeah, don't forget that it was a World War II one that's coming out.
Yeah. So
Brothers in Arms.
Brothers in Arms.
Right.
Furious 4.
But the thing is that the thing that kind of got me the most bored was the Battlefield 2 tank scene. Oh God, it was just
that was mind. God, I was like,
it was mind-numbingly boring.
I feel like being sedated.
Yeah. I just can't believe that, you know, we've come to the point where this is the only thing that will get people's attention.
I guess.
It is just...
I tell you what got my attention in the Microsoft press conference, the Please Connect controller.
Yeah.
During the first 2 minutes of the Modern Warfare 3 demo.
Seriously. And noticed how everyone had their right hand in their pocket?
Yeah, what was up with that?
It's a stump because they got it cut off from last year's show.
After that failure, well, they're going to have no hands next year.
Well, Kudo came out, our enemy.
Dang.
And he,
still hiding his ethnicity.
Seriously, with those big Lady Gaga glasses. But he came out and he's just a move. He's like not a movement. He's more like a Connect maniac. And he's just, everything is like, I don't want to touch nothing. He's probably like a germaphobe in reality. He's like, I don't want to touch nothing. I don't want to touch no greasy controller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I can't have any controller at all.
Yeah, that's why he puts those glasses on to block the audience because he thinks they're all dirty. And he's the clean one. So, you know, he's like OCD, don't want to touch no controllers. And then we come up with Ghost Recon and their voice controls. With the blasphemy that is Connect.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, voice control. Okay, we understand the how that can be used. But tell me this, everybody on Xbox already has a headset. I mean, like, the Modern Warfare 2 bundles came with headsets.
Right.
So why can't we just use the headset? Why do we have to use Kinect?
And Mass Effect as well showed voice controls.
Yeah, it's like, use the daggone headsets. You know these people have them. You made them buy them. So...
But they want to buy. We see what they want them to buy something else.
Yeah, so like we spent like $50 on a headset already. Now that wasn't enough for you. Now we gotta go spend $150 to buy Kinect to use the same function.
Exactly. But see,
and what this also shows is that the developers, like we predicted last year at the end of E3, developers realized this Kinect crap ain't working. The only thing it's good for is daggone voice controls.
Right. Yeah, because most of the games they're pushing out can't be so. They can't be immersive.
Like, it can't be on rails like every Kinect game has to be.
What was like for Ghost Recon when they opened the weapon inventory system?
Oh yeah.
Was it Ghost Recon or was it Battlefield?
No, that was Ghost Recon.
Right, and how he like expanded his hands and.
It's like, oh yeah, and turned it around. Oh wow, like you couldn't do that with an analog stick 30 years ago.
But people have been doing that for years, man. They just take the Wii remote, put it on, like, take the sensors off the Wii remote, hook it up to a PC, and you get the same experience if you know how to take the time to mod.
I mean, it's nothing impressive. Oh, wow, you can spin around the image on TV. You can do the same thing with a come on. It's like, how is that really going to change the game? It's like, you're going through this intense action, and then you stop, and you have to take 5 minutes to spin around and reload and change the barrel out of the gun. Yeah, right.
It just doesn't make any sense. I'd rather do it, just like the announcer said on GDTV. He's like, I'd rather do it with the press of the A button. And
exactly, press a button and the mess is done. 2 seconds.
It was kind of cool how to show it, and how they showed it. And it was cool to, like, wow the audience, like, oh, wow, look what he could do with his hands. However, at home, you're going to look like a total douchebag.
You say it, Xbox finds it.
This rules out playing it at a Best Buy anywhere where there's people who you don't want to see, like, you watching or Just Dance 2 or whatever.
No, just Dance Central.
Yeah, Just Dance Central.
Or 2, or whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Just dance like an idiot. Because you know them broads be looking at you. Like, this guy's a jerk.
Such a dork dancing in front of TV.
Oh, but seriously, I don't see myself investing my time.
Ice-T? What in the world you were doing on that stage? Messed up the one line you had?
I know.
Since this game is so incredible, I decided to reunite my rock band Body Count to do a special song to commemorate the mode everybody's been missing and wanted back. The Horde mode. The Horde mode.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. See my band, but
seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain this to me in case I'm wrong. I don't mind if I'm wrong. I can be wrong. During that Gears of War demonstration, Ice-T was playing along with Cliffy B.
Right.
Where was the split screen?
They were using the new Sony Bravia TV.
I'm just wondering because, generally when there's 2 players, there tends to be some sort of split screen. I mean, I know that it can be done without it. Sometimes they do it with, in Little Big Planet.
Mm.
But you can't go forward. You can't go forward until you go back to, in Little Big Planet, you can't go forward until you get back to a checkpoint and the other person responds. So, how does that work out there?
Let alone aim.
For real, yeah, how did the other... I mean, it's possible they were showing they had 2 screens, but they sure didn't give you that impression.
Right. And Cliffy B, he's a piece of work. Because to have the muscle, for lack of a better word, to get on stage with that old G Ice-T, you, a fresh developer...
The ice in that tea has melted.
Seriously.
You've been out in the sun so long.
You have to share your spotlight with an old wrinkly fool who's just in it for the money and in it to promote his rock band, Ice-T and the Sweet and Lows. This man, Cliffy B, has to have some muscle to stand on stage and let Microsoft tear his career down, just like that. But
just like that.
Unbelievable, he didn't take off his sunglasses throughout the whole show, which is a mockery of everything and every principle.
Yeah, that boy's probably like a vampire on there. That's how he's alive still.
Damn.
Sold his soul. And his eyes are glowing red. You have to hide it.
He's got the Kudo syndrome.
Dang.
Kudo has
See, that's what happens when you play Xbox too much.
Right. Kudo
has... When you start walking around with them Agent Smith glasses.
Wait a minute. Kudo is the embodiment of Wesker.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
That's why he got them glasses. He's the real day embodiment of Wesker, and the company he's working for is Umbrella.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Sounds about right.
Well, anyway, aside these fools.
They showed that Gladiator game Rise.
Yeah.
Which tell me how that is in any way not a ripoff of Sports Champions. Right. Except that it has blood. That's the only difference.
How are you gonna play it with your fists?
It's on rails like every other Kinect game, including that disgusting Star Wars game.
Oh goodness! When they showed that, I mean, just
lag.
My heart just sank.
Many Bothans died.
I can't believe it. I mean, Luke is probably is rolling over in his grave right now.
He must be dead. Yeah, we just don't know he'd been dead for like 3 weeks?
No, he died after.